All right, cool. So we're back into another live trading session. It is Tuesday. Yesterday was a very choppy start to the week. So right now we're pretty much marking up for this New York session. Right now we're looking at gold. Last night I did take a session, or I did take a trade during the London session, which as well it failed. I was looking for a bounce play somewhere between these exact zones over here, which as you guys can see, that price action just failed to maintain itself above these areas of interest and just continue breaking underneath, which end up taking us out of stop loss. So as of right now with gold, I did do a brand new analysis, right? Just marking up levels, key zones where I'll be very interested in either taking a buy position or a sell position, right? So very simple here, looking at gold. We have seen that gold overall, we've been in a bearish market, right? We did see that last week. We did pull back towards these areas of previous areas of resistance over here, which is somewhere between the 33.80, which is a higher time frame structures, right? Notice how price action has broken above these levels. We pulled back, but notice how price action just failed to maintain itself above these areas, breaking underneath, coming back towards these other demand zones, which we did see a bounce play towards these zones, but we pulled back towards these exact levels over here, 33.80, which as you guys can see, this is exactly where it confirmed 100% that market is now shifting its structure from a bullish market to a bearish market, right? So we respected these exact supply zones over here at the 33.80, which price action had a very strong bearish sell-off yesterday, which was the same exact zone that we were looking to take the sales position, right? Yesterday we did enter some sales around the 33.80 when you guys saw the pretty much the live trading that we were taking this, right? Notice how price action just wicked us out of this trade. We had a very tight stop loss on this setup over here, which was 50 points, but we had a tight stop loss. Price action just wicked us out of this trade and perfectly dropped exactly the way that we anticipated, which this trade over here did play it off very nice. And if you guys can see, it did play it out over a 1-6 risk to reward, which sucks because again we did start very choppy, and this trade over here would have been one of the best trades that we have ever taken for this month so far. But again, it is part of this game, right? Now, if we take a look here during the Asian session, we did see that price session was holding itself above this exact demand zone that which we've been pretty much seeing bounce plays towards these areas, right? Now, it wasn't during the London session that we actually broke underneath these zones over here, but notice how price session never actually gave us a pullback towards these exact levels, which is around the 33.45, right? Which is definitely a zone that I'm going to be keeping an eye for a potential pullback reversal, retest these exact zones over here, which price action has broken underneath, right? Notice again, we are trading underneath these levels of previous structure, intraday structure areas of support. We have support all over towards here, which price action has broken underneath. So definitely a pullback towards these zones will offer a very good sell opportunities. I'm also looking at these other structures over here, which is going to be these higher time frame demand zone over here, which is going to be lying around the 33, we can say 3300 zones, which so far we have seen the price action has pulled back towards this during the early New York session, which we did already see a type of bounce place, but it still hasn't offered us a very clear potential for us to be taking these buy position, right? Now I'm waiting for price action to fully tap towards these zones, right? We have these levels marked up, which is the 3305. We also have another level a little bit lower, which is somewhere between the 32, we can say 3300, maybe 3296, 3298, where we can definitely see that price action come back towards these zones. We can probably see that price action reject these areas. If it does reject the same exact way that price action has been rejecting the past couple times, then we can probably look for some bounce plays, right? Now, obviously, these bounce plays over here will be short term due to the fact that if we look at it from a higher time frame perspective, we're still trading underneath all of these entire structures, right? So all of these structures over here, obviously, you guys can see the market has shifted its structure from a bullish market to a bearish market. These zones over here can definitely be a good zone where it can be a reversal point for price action to reverse into these exact intraday structure, which we broke underneath, which can offer us a very good probability for both sides, right? A buy position and a short position. Again, these are potential. I have not set a limit yet. I'm just waiting for price action to come back towards these areas, have a reaction first, have those type of break structure on the lower time frame for us to be entering these sells or for the enter these buy positions, right? I'm also taking eyes around these London levels over here, which I had marked up. We have these London levels, lows over here, which price action has already pulled back towards these lows, right? You guys can clearly see how price action has pulled back towards these zones. Would they reject? Would they see some type of sell-off opportunities, right? Now, for me to be looking for a buy position, we have to reject above these levels over here. Once we reject, I'm waiting for price actions to break above these exact London lows over here to then pull back to retest these London lows over here. And price action can obviously reject, maintain itself above, give us a good entry confirmation. Then this is most likely where I'll be interested in taking these buys. One of these London highs over here will be one of the take profits. These Asian session highs over here will also be another take profit, right? Now, if price action just come back a little bit lower to these zones, we're just waiting for the same thing. We're waiting for price action to break above these New York lows over here to then do the same exact setup. So a deeper pullback, and then we're just waiting for price action to have a break of structure above these New York highs or New York lows to then retest these exact New York lows. If price action can maintain itself above these levels, then we'll be looking for the same exact buys. Take profit 1 here, take profit 2, and then take profit 3 will be somewhere between these zones. Now, obviously, if price action does, obviously continue selling off and breaks underneath the exact demand zones that I have marked up over here, trades and maintain itself below these areas over here, then we should just simply react and adapt, and then this is exactly where we'll be continuing to maybe look for another sell opportunity. But I do not like the fact that if we do close underneath these levels, notice all of these exact wick rejection, which is obviously manipulations, right? So this is the zones where we have to be very patient, but if it does break underneath, we can probably look for the continuation of the sell only if price action actually pulls back towards these levels and reject it. So that will be the only way that I'll be interested in taking sells if price action breaks underneath these monthly lows, which is also aligned. Oh, and also these demand zones over here also aligns with the monthly lows over here, which is definitely a very good, interesting area. So this is what I'm gonna have marked up so far with gold. I'm gonna be looking at US30. As of right now, we're gonna be waiting for price action to tap these zones. Once we have those rejections, that's where I'm gonna be entering the limit. But right now, I'm nothing interested in taking with gold yet. We're looking at US30. US30 just continues, flying. It sucks that we missed our entry yesterday. Everything was planned exactly how I anticipated. Right now, I'm just gonna do my markup and just look exactly the levels where I'll be interested in either buying the market or selling the market with US30. So let me just do this right now. All right, so all of that is already sent and it's ready to go. So let's see how this one plays out. All right, so we're having a nice push towards the upside the way that we expected, so this is good. So entry for us is at 32, exactly at this level that I have marked up. So 32.96, and then we're looking at 85, and then obviously we're going to be targeting back all the way into the session over here, 33.45, which will be our TP. This is going to be a 1 to 2 right here, exactly at these New York session highs. This will be a 1 to 2. This one over here will be a 1 to 3, which will be the London session highs. And then we also have this one marked up over here, which will be somewhere during the London session that we actually broke underneath these zones, which will offer us a full 104.6 risk to reward. So this one should, if it does plays out, we make back every single loss that we pretty much had this morning so far. But everything looks clean. It looks like we're applying. Everything looks like, there you go. Look at that. So I'm up right now. I have 2 positions. So I'm up $240, or $250. So let's see. We're gonna leave this one running. TP4 is gonna be at 304. We're gonna put 305. Look at that. So far, playing out the way that we are anticipating. Ideally, if we do break above these New York highs, remember what I was telling you guys. So if we go back into a higher time frame, this is exactly the level that I was looking for the buys. So I'm actually going to send a screenshot because this is exactly what I just sent minutes ago. So we are rejecting this exact demand. So we do also have news at 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. We actually have news. So that's something to be aware of. But look at this. So we're pretty much rejecting off this demand. If we maintain itself above these other demand, which is set at 33.05, which is also aligning with the New York session lows. If price action actually breaks above those, we can actually enter a second position. But obviously we want price action to first break above these lows over here. Once we do break above it, then we can definitely just wait for a break and retest. And if it maintains above, we can definitely add a second position. But as of right now, we're going to be holding this position here. We're running good so far. We're at TP2 right now. So we're going to continue holding it for now. We're about to hit TP3, I believe so. Yeah. Let's see. Yep, there you go. Take profit 3. Just hit right now with gold. This one's running very nice. All right. Finally. Well, literally how we anticipated. Same exact way. If you guys go into the Telegram, you guys can literally see that I just sent this out 9:30. Right now it's 9:45, so we executed this a few minutes afterwards, but you guys can see the levels. Like, can't make this up. You guys can see the same exact levels that I'm looking for the buys and I'm looking for the sells. Right, so you definitely keep an eye for those sells over here, which will be something that we might get later on today if we actually get the pullback towards these zones. But look exactly where we executed the market, and I told everyone, okay, look, this is exactly what I'm waiting for around these levels of interest. Notice how we executed the same exact way that we planned it. So as of right now, we are having the bounce plays that we are looking for. This looks clean. Let me just send a screenshot to the Telegram. Yo, hopefully the news does not fuck us up in this trade here. So let me just send this here. So target for us, where the TP is going to be set at 33. 33.47 is our final take profit, which will be overall. That's around, wow, that's 500 pips. I mean, looks decent. Hopefully we actually get that entire push that we're, anticipating. So let's see. Our stop loss is placed at 32.85, so let me just set that one up just in case. All right, perfect. Let's see. This is very, very nice zone. In the meantime, let's mark up US 30. Let's do this markup. This one looks interesting as well. Let me just delete all of this from yesterday. Let's go into a higher time frame. All right, so let's go into a daily time frame. We're gonna see exactly what daily market did yesterday. Literally exactly what we always anticipated, the bounce from these exact demands of 42.050. Damn, it sucks that we literally missed this trade, and all of this was planned correctly. Look at this. So we've been talking about this zone over here for weeks already. So this is the same exact zone that we've been talking over the weeks. We already have seen a rejection towards these levels, which obviously price action has been bouncing from left and right. If we go from a 1 hour perspective, you guys can see that every time the price action is pulling back towards these zones, we are seeing a type of rejection, right? So we have a rejection here, pull up to the other side, pull up to another side. Price action just continued bouncing up from these major demands, right? Yesterday, we did end up breaking above this exact supply zone that we've been rejecting since last week, which is the same exact zone that we were going over, right? The same zone that we've been attempting buys over and over again. We also took off these entire 4 hour structure. So we go back into a 4 hour time frame. We can see that price action has also broken above all of these entire structures over here. Now, notice all of these entire impulse move that we had yesterday, but yet we haven't gotten a proper pullback towards these levels, right? Now, whenever there is no proper pullback, this is pretty much just an impulse moves. Impulse move is very, very risky due to the fact that, again, price just continues pushing higher, breaking above all of these key levels over here, which is not giving us a higher quality or higher probability for us to enter the market. For example, yesterday we had a very strong impulse move towards the upside. I was looking for a pullback towards the 3300, which is somewhere around the 42,300. I was waiting for price action to give me a pullback, but notice how price action just immediately broken above, came back towards these supplies, broke above these areas, never giving that proper pullback that I waited for. So in this case over here, I never managed to enter the trade. So this one over here was a missed trade. Now, if we look at it from a 1 hour perspective, that we can see obviously after a very strong impulse, we're coming back towards these main highs over here, which once again, we are seeing a rejection, right? So this is, we go into a 4 hour time frame. I believe this is the all-time highs, or no, this is not the all-time highs. We're coming back towards these supplies. So this is definitely an area of interest for the day. It's going to be this exact supply zone that so far price action is rejecting and trading underneath these zones. So that's something to definitely keep an eyes on. So let's go back into the 4 hour time frame. Let's see levels where we can probably, well, we are rejecting. I don't see any sell opportunities just yet. Let's see. Check on this gold trade very quick. And as well, with US 30 or indices overall, I do trade it at 10 p.m., not at 9:30. At 9:30, we do have that impulse move. Obviously, since it's the market open, we do have those impulse move. But at 10 a.m. is pretty much where I like to wait for my proper setup. So that's why I really don't take trades over at 9:30. Especially, I do like those 9:30 move those, but all of those are pretty much manipulation. So That's something to be careful of. So let's see. We have this all Monday. This was all the Asian session. That doesn't matter with this pair. We have the London highs here coming into a supply. So that's something to keep an eyes. We had a downfall during the London session. So we go into a lower time frame. We can see the price session had a downfall pulling back towards these other levels. We take a look at these other previous highs over here, which was set during the Asian highs. So these are Asian highs over here, which price action is having a bounce from, right? So we pulled back towards here during the London, respected these London lows. We had a pullback, came back once again here during the New York session open, respected these entire lows. So pretty much we swept out all of these exact London lows, trading above the Asian highs. So that's something to keep an eyes on. We are respecting these major supply zone, which again we are seeing another rejection. The 1 hour time frame is pretty much trading underneath these levels over here, so that's not a good zone for us to give buying opportunity. I do like that we're still trading above these Asian highs over here, so we actually look at it from a higher time frame perspective. Let me see what other level aligns with these areas. This will be 42,860. So let me look at it from a daily time frame. 42,860. I think it's just look at it from a 30-minute perspective. What do we have? 42. Yeah, we'll align with this all entire resistance zone. So that makes it a very more interesting level. So 42,860 will be like this. Look at that. So trading above all of these entire structure here. We're gonna mark this up as well. Just zoom out. There you go. So this one looks very simple with US30. I'm actually liking this type of setups. These are the setups that we can get either or, right? Now what I mean by either or is either if price respected that zone over here, we can look it for buy. But if price action breaks underneath, then we can clearly just look for the sells. So this is the type of setups that I do like taking, which is just simply reacting quickly with the market. So that's something to keep an eyes on here. But these are zones where I would definitely like for price action to have pullbacks towards zones, right? Because again, we just had a very strong impulse move, never had those proper pullback. Obviously, those pullback is the one that actually confirms that price action is going to continue the move that it currently having at the moment, right? But let me check on this gold trade very quick. Let's see what's up. Oh, there we go. We're flying. Look at this. About to hit TP2 right now, or do we actually hit it right now? Well, we're about to hit it, so we're close to it. Or TP3, my bad. We're going to put 60 pips. Very close to it. Very, very, very. We're 5 points away from it. But you see how these supplies here from a higher time frame perspective is respecting. So this is something here, the same exact play as the gold one. The gold one, since we were in a bearish market, we're coming back towards these demand zone over here, which can be a pullback zone, right? These are zones that we can obviously wait for reversal, especially since these are major levels, right? So this over here is the same exact setup that we look at US30. US30 is coming towards a supply. We had a bullish reaction. This zones over here can be acted as a reversal zones. So these are the levels where we can look for these type of reversals to obviously come back, retest all of these entire broken structure, where we will be very interested in taking either buys or sell opportunities, right? Now for in today's market, obviously we're going to be looking for a day trading position, not a swing trading position. We're going to be looking for more a day trading position. I do like how all of these highs over here is being respected, which price action is just trading underneath. We are rejecting off that major supply zone. So the only way for me to actually enter a sell position today with US30, very simple. What are we waiting for? A break underneath all of these entire London lows. So if price action actually break underneath, close underneath these zones, we're just waiting for price action to pull back somewhere around this level to obviously retest all of that area, grab liquidity from all of these entire New York session move. If price action respects it and actually trades underneath, then we will give sell an opportunity. So this will be a level where I'll be interested in taking a sell. But once again, if price action just come back towards these demand, we sweep out of all of these entire lows over here, we start seeing that price action is having a type of bounce. The only thing I'm going to be waiting for is very simple. You guys see all of this over here, which is all of this New York session highs. We're just waiting for price action to break above it. So it's going to be the same exact setup, but obviously the opposite. rejection towards these demands, sweep out of all of these lows, respect it, maintain itself above, but we need that break of structure. That break of structure will confirm it 100%. So somewhere between like this is where I'll be giving buy an opportunity. Anything underneath these zones, we're looking for a sell opportunities, right? So I'm actually going to send out this over here in the Telegram so that everybody has these analysis. So I'm going to send this out very quick. Shit, so we have news coming up right now at 10 a.m. Bro, watch that news just fucking go against us, imagine. Fucking news just falls and hits our stop loss. That would suck. That would really fucking suck. Well, everything is just moving the way that we're anticipating. We have news in 30 seconds and we're so close to take profit 3 where we want to go break even. Yo, this news does not hit TP2 very quick. Then we're fucked. Oh, there you go. We just hit TP2, so 60 pips. That is on point. So let me just call this out very quick. We got 20 seconds for the news to hit. Where we just hit TP. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We have news 7 seconds. I'm already at break even. So if anything happens, we just get stopped at a break even. We'll just wait back. Look at this. Bro, it's the same exact shit. I was telling you guys last video that news this year 2025 has been ass. Like the volatility for the news session for this year has been nothing compared to the previous years. Remember last year's every single news session we'll have 100 pip move within seconds. Now price is just doing 10, 15, 20 points max. So right now we're at 20 pips below. So that's chilling. I mean, we're still trading above these levels, so I'm still interested in taking these buys. But look at this. See what happens around here. Look at that. We're having that push now. See, there's nothing crazy going on with this news. They don't have those instant move as it used to. Look at that. 5 minutes looking clean. 15 is looking clean. Secure half, continue holding. Secure half, still holding. Let's see. There we go. Look at that move. Come on, keep pushing. Let's see this 1 minute. We have TP4 at 3304. That will be full sweep for us. Oh, look at that shit. Boom, we just hit TP4. That's beautiful. Beautiful fucking move. There we go. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Look at that. On point. So right now I'm up 400. That is beautiful. Look at that. Literally how we expected. How we anticipated everything was on point. This one over here is beautiful. Now, what we're going to wait for here, same exact thing that I told you guys. If we break above these New York lows over here and we actually maintain this up above, break and retest will be the play. Right now, we're about to hit TP5, which is going to be 100 pips. Look at that. We're pushing here. So this is good. This is definitely good for us. Let's see, let's see. There we fucking go. Finally the win that we're looking for. So we're at a 101. Still not recovered yet. Obviously the profits from the previous ones, but if this one plays out, definitely recover all of those losses. That is beautiful. That is fucking beautiful for the day. That's what I'm fucking talking about. There you go. Yeah, we're up 600 right now. Not 600, we're up 5. We're almost at 600 actually. All right. That was clean. That was a clean move. Secure some profits. Continue holding risk free. Now, since we are coming towards these London lows or New York lows over here, obviously it's just the continuation. It's just prices trading underneath these levels. So we might see that obviously price action repeat the same exact pattern. Break underneath support, break underneath, pull back, use it as resistance. Notice how we're pretty much trading underneath these New York lows, which price action is having a slight rejection, but obviously it's nothing that's gonna happen right away. But if price action does break above and close above these zones over here, then it will be a way better situation for us. But let's go here to US30. We might be having a sell-off already. Well, no, look at this. We're having that bounce from these zones. So let me send this out very quick to Telegram. I was not able to send this out. All right, so this is what I have for US30 here for the Telegram. So after a strong bullish move yesterday, price has now pulled back into a major supply around 4,300, where we're seeing two clean rejection, once during the London and once again during the New York session. So price right now is sitting above a minor support around the 42,860, which is this zone right over here, right? Which also aligns with the Asian highs, which is going to be this one, and also with the London lows. So the buys, I'm only looking for buys if price can hold above 42,860 and shows a bullish rejection and then breaks above in the New York session highs, which is going to be all of these structures over here, which is simply, rejection from the demand, breaking retests above these entry. That will be a very clean zone, right? Again, I have the cautious here, which is be very cautious due to the fact that price action has rejected supply. So we might see price action has rejected these supplies and we haven't seen it fully pull back towards these intraday structure, which it doesn't really 100% confirm that the bullish momentum is 100% confirmed, right? We have the sell. If price breaks and close underneath the 4260, the best bet is to wait for price to break and retest under that level. If that zone starts holding as an area as resistance, I'll look to take a short opportunity back towards the intraday level lows, which is going to be all of these structures over here. So that's exactly what I have for US30. We're going to send this out right now. Let's just fix this part very quick. And check this out, I sent out the signal here inside the free Telegram group. So if you guys are inside the free Telegram group, you guys call all of this trade here. Currently up 120 pips. I gotta update the group. Let me send out these other analysis. So we have the US30. Let's check this out. Look how gold is moving. That's beautiful. That is beautiful right here. Let me screenshot this real quick. That is literally beautiful. We're up now, big time now. That's what I like. So recovered that loss from the London session. This was the London session buy position that I took yesterday or last night. Now these are the buys that I took this New York session. So our loss is made back. We lost 1% here. This one over here is currently up 1%, so I already made back the loss. Let's just actually close out some profits. And I'm gonna leave these other ones just running. Perfect. So we still got a long way to obviously push higher. Hopefully we get that push that we're anticipating during this entire New York session. So this was the trade of the day so far. Let's look for US30. Let's see what we are doing here. Still nothing, but look at that 15. That looks decent. 30 looks decent as well. Let me see the NAS 100. NAS, you guys can clearly see the same exact thing. This is all the levels from yesterday. So let me just delete everything. But let's go from a 4 hours perspective. Well, look at this 4 hour. We broke above these 4 hour structure here. Respected this entire 4 hour structure as well down here, which is these demand. We're going to a 1 hour time frame. Look at this. It's having the same exact plays. This was yesterday, the break and retest. This is exactly the move happened. We look at it from a 30-minute perspective. We have these entire highs, which is from the London session. So I want to see what the highs align with. We're going to a 4 hours perspective. What does this align with? Let's go to the daily. It's probably a daily structure that's trading underneath. Damn, my computer just froze. Oh no, so we're coming back towards these all-time highs. Oh shit, so NAS 100 is at the all-time highs. We are rejecting these all-time highs. Well, as of right now, what do you guys think? You guys, we can hit all-time highs soon with NAS 100? So I like this. Daily broke above. Well, this daily candle has actually broken above previous daily highs. So we can clearly see the market is overall bullish. That is for sure. If we go down to a lower time frame perspective, this is again same thing, the Asian highs, which also align with these London lows over here, which New York session is respecting. So that is something cool. We're gonna underline this. We are having the rejection towards the VWAP. We also have the market session open, so we're up. The NAS 100 is up 1.16% for the day, and then US30 is up 0.57% for the day. Since we are respecting this, we actually broken above these New York these New York highs over here, which we're currently breaking above. We did break above it, but never got the proper pullback. So right now, if price action does actually maintain itself above these New York highs over here, then what we're going to be waiting for is for that break and retest. So we go here with US 30. US 30 is kind of doing the same thing, but obviously we want it to be above. So I'm actually going to set up an alarm around 42,920. So 42,920 is going to be my entry confirmation, and then anything underneath 42,850 will be the other confirmation for the sell. So we're going to have that marked up. So obviously we're not just stuck here in the screen for hours. Gold. Let's see what gold is doing. Gold is doing fine. We're still trading above. I'm actually going to have an alarm around 33. Let's see. Once we hit, I think this one over here will be around 1 to 2, right? This is a 1 to 3. This over here is a 1 to 2. So we're going to have an alarm around 33.16. 33.17, we're going to have an alarm. So we can come back and update the entire group. I do like that the 5-minute candle did close above. The 15-minute candle did close above these New York lows. So at this point here, we're just letting the market do its thing. So I'm going to step out for a few minutes, see what's up, and then I'll update you guys in a few. So let's see how this trade plays out. All right, so you know what? We just enter a buy. So we just actually enter a buy position here with US 30. So I'm going to update the group to buy US 30 at 42.80 was my entry. So we're going to send this out very quick. 42.880. Stop loss is going to be placed underneath these lows, 780. So we're looking for, obviously, wait, 880 was the entry? Yeah, 42,880, yeah. So, well, my broker is above here, but the broker that I'm using obviously has different price from TradingView. So we're going to put 42,880. So first take profit is at 42,910. Second take profit is going to be at 42. I'm going to do 600 points or 60 points, 42,940, and then 42,970, 42,980. So that is the move that we're having here with US 30. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we get a full sweep with US 30 as well. We got a full sweep with gold. Let's see if we get a full sweep with US 30. I have one of the take profits where I'm going break even is going to be at these highs over here. So let's see. We got exactly what we wanted. A perfect 5-minute candle closure above these areas of interest, which is above the 42,910. My broker is 42,810 or 880. So let's see. Let's see if we get that initial push that we are anticipating with US 30. I do really love exactly how everything is playing now. Look at this 1 hour time frame. Literally all of this is just manipulation, just grabbing liquidity towards these all lows over here. This one looks clean. Hopefully it plays out the way that we are expecting. So let me just set up my last TP, 42,980. So if we're looking for 300 points, which will be aligned with a 1 to 3 risk to reward. So 300 points will be right above here. So 43,180 will be my final take profit. 43,180. Perfect. Yeah, so that will be TP final take profit. But let me just update everyone. So we just had a losing day yesterday. If this one plays out, if both of these setups plays out, we're back. We are back in profit, and we are pretty much good for the whole entire week so far. With US 30, I'm looking for potential profit over $907. With gold, we are seeing a nice push. I'm looking for potential profits of $1,500. So that would be beautiful. That's almost like a $2,000 day if everything plays out. But let's see. Hopefully, it plays out the way that we are anticipating. Let's see. All right, so check this out. We're looking at US 30. Played out exactly the way that we anticipated. Full sweep, we end up hitting every single take profits. At this point, we're just letting the market do its thing till it hits our final TP, which is set at the 42,280, which is going to be running somewhere between 200 or 300 points, which will give us a full 1 to 3 risk to reward. But the setup was very simple, right? We actually waited for price action to reject it off this demand zone over here. Waited for price action to give us a break of retest above these New York highs, which is set at the 42,900, which is exactly what we waited for, like rejection towards the demand, sweep off all of these entire lows over here, grab liquidity towards the downside, waited for price action to break above these New York highs over here. We got that pullback, we got the rejection towards the VWAP, we got everything that we always look for, and we executed the market. The market's playing out the way that we actually planned out. We secured half our position, especially when we came back towards these supplies, because again, we're coming back towards these supplies, which we see multiple rejection. So what are the chances of price action rejecting these zones once again, right? Obviously, it's always going to be there. The probabilities are always going to be there, but everything played out the way that we planned. So this one over here, we're just letting the market do its thing. We're checking out gold. Gold, we just hit 180 points, which was a 1 or 2 risk to reward. So this one is playing out very, very nice as well. You guys saw this. We planned this out minutes before the play actually played out. We were somewhere between the zone here at the red zone, and then market actually pushed a little bit lower to these exact demand zone where we were anticipating these buy movements, and perfectly rejected it, perfectly got the bounce that we were waiting for, right? Gold played out nice, US30 played out nice, so we are pretty much done for the day. I'm going to send this out right now so you guys can see the update, you guys can see the breakdown, and the executed the right way. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys on the next one.